Okay guys, up the leaf and ground plot. I don't believe this. I've only been away for a week and look at it. Oh, wrong plot. Mine's down there. Right up the plot. Got a bit done. Brought the 3 buckets of condor. That's the whole potato condors. Brought those up in the centre there. Done a bit of interplanting. Got some dill in there, or companion planting rather. And the biggest thing I've done the last couple of days is to get all the tomatoes in. There's 14 varieties in there, and in between them, you can probably just make it out. There's a line of Elsa Craig onions in the centre, and the little tiny green things. There's the 6 different types of basil, 4 of each, all down the middle. And as soon as they're ready, I'll have marigolds on the outside between each plant, if I've got enough marigolds, that is. Yeah, that's about it really. Put a bit of dill in, put a bit of fennel in. Down here, that's the fennel. And some petunias and things like that, gazenas. Interplanted amongst things, make the onions look pretty, look. Look at that, bolting already. Look at that. Shocking. Oh well. I'll have to check what these are when I get home. They'll be coming out very soon. Okay then guys, just a couple of quick sow-ins. And I'm going to express a bit of surprise, that's the word. These are Morning Glory seeds, the ones I sent out to my club members. And I'd have gone on and ploughed away and just plonked them in, but I thought I'll read the instructions on the back. And even though they're massive seeds, you've got to soak them overnight, but they're surface sown. Now I wouldn't have done that, so I'm lucky I read the pack. I only want half a dozen or so, so there's one. I've soaked them and they've split, which is a bit, I suppose that's what they're supposed to do, isn't it? They got a bad reputation from their cousin, the bindweed, but they're not the same. These are an annual. I'm just going to put a bit of vermiculite on top, because they need light to germinate, and that is surprising for a seed that size. Right, that's that one done. Another one is pea, and I've got to try and say this right. Hang on. Rosacrone. Yeah, Rosacrone, semi-dwarf. I wanted some peas. I decided I got peas, but I want some up my nice climbing frame. I don't want the lemon ones that go 8 or 10 foot, you know what I mean? So we dibber. So yeah, it says these are semi-dwarf, 4 to 5 feet. So Digwell can actually reach the fruits. Oh, I don't know. They're a funny looking pea, aren't they? I'll zoom in on that in a minute. Funny looking ones. I reckon there's going to be 4 in each, you know. Oh, let's do 2. We can always do 2 more after. 1 more in each. Well, no, I can tell you what, I'm going to leave them and save them, because if I like them, if they don't grow, I can redo them. I'll do it, yeah. Good plan. Cool, that'll do. A bit of compost on here somewhere. Alright guys, up the plot. Runner bean time. Hey! I got 2 lots to go in on this frame here. Now there's 10 canes, 10 sticks. So enough for 10 plants, but I'm going to put more than that in. Because, I mean, some of these are multi-sown, there's 2 in each cell. And the slugs will get a couple anyway. So what we got white emergo. These are the ones that Layla sowed a few weeks back. And enorma. Now the white emergo, I'm going to put this side because they got pretty flowers, and they're going to cross over. Look, it's a crisscross frame. They're going to cross over. So I think I'm just going to show you how well it's crikey. How well the roots are growing in these root trainers. Hope you can see that. Look at these. I love the see-through bit. It's great. This, like I said, these are the white emergo. Try not to damage them. Look at that. Looks like I'm a little bit slow, isn't it? Right, let's get those in. I'll point the camera down. I ain't going to talk you through it. Just make a hole, plonk them in with a bit of chicken manure pellets, I reckon. Yeah, so we got two. There's 2 in every one of those. Yeah, let's get on with it. Now, I know I'm no dig, but this is mostly mulch here. So, look at that, it's nice and healthy, that is. So let's get ladlers in. I'm loving these books, loving them. Look at that. Oh, I can feel the manure. I'm not going to bother putting the manure on this chicken pellets because it is so manure-y anyway. And as you know, beans like manure. Right, that's them done. I'll take these home, just in case some don't take. For the French beans, we've got Blue Lake, Angel, and Fletcher's pea bean. Thank you very much, Jane. Now I'm going to put the pea beans as far side and put a book of each at either end this side. Whew, okay guys, time to get the hashtag Transatlantic Swede Challenge 2023. Swedes, potted on. I think rooty weed sounds much better. I got a few larger pots, I got some air pots, so 2 in each I reckon. I'm using the Incredi compost again, a little bit in the bottom, and I'm adding some I've been using this for so many years now. Escalato Cultivate. It's got no NPK in it, and we don't want NPK with Swede. Swede doesn't need nutrition; it just needs the micronutrients, and what it needs in particular is boron, and there's a lot of boron in this. So I'm just going to put a little bit in for now. Yeah, that'll do. Just 1 scoop. And what I'll do, I'll water with it as well. So I'm going to mix that in just a bit there. Yeah, a little bit. Right, put this stuff away. Mycorrhizal, no good. Waste of time with brassicas. Doesn't work at all. It's the brassicas kill the mycorrhizal, so they don't need it. They've obviously got their own system. Let's have a look. See what we got here. Then. Not looked at this. Oh, look at that. Yeah, good wheat. Good roots. Am I going to pull these? Oh, there's a few poking off anyway. Pull a few off the base. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll ruin it. You know what I'm like. So, I'll top it up. Now, the thing with the air pots, I don't know if you know anything about them, guys, but they've got these holes in the side. And they, if you can see, they're poking out a bit. And what happens is the roots grow down those holes, down those little tubes, and they get to the end and they poke out and they think, I don't like being in the air, so they die off. And what happens then is the roots branch off inside and double, triple, whatever in size. And they make better roots. But like I said, because of these holes, there's a bit more evaporation than normal, so they do need a bit of looking after. I reckon that's, are we in there? Yeah. Hard to tell if these are topped up. But if not, there's more air to prune the roots, isn't it? Well, that's one done. See, I've been using this stuff for a few years now. Seems to be all right, actually. The Escalate O Cultivate is organic. That's what the O is. The 12 star isn't. The NPK part of it isn't organic. But it's made. it's as good as organic, you know what I mean? You can't, it's not chemical, but it's just not Soil Association approved. At the moment, a lot of people are turning to that one now with the, what's it called, that Nutrigrow's. Been off the market for a while, but it's coming back. I think Garmin are marketing it. Right, here we go. Dead leaf, that dead leaf, that'll be right. That'll be right. Well, there's two though, one in a pot, one in an air pot. I'll bring you back when they're all done, as they say. Right, there we are then, 4 rooty weeds planted on. I'll find somewhere to put them now, run out of room. I'll just leave them here. Right, watering, and that's me done for the day. Okay then guys, at the plot this morning, what is it? Thursday the 25th of May, I think it is, yeah. So I got the purple sprouting up. I've got the bolting Rigoletto cabbage up from behind the chicken manure pellet box there. And I've got quite a lot to go in actually. Quite a few different varieties of, well, 4 different varieties of dwarf beans there. And each one of these 10 rows is a different squash or courgette. Now they're not all going to go in, I just brought the trays up because it's easier than trying to unpop them at home, if you know what I mean. And I just noticed as well that Sid, the beekeeper, has brought some hives back. There we are, there's one by me. And second one there, brilliant. And these, look, you can see them all going in, look. Loads of them. Love it. I feel almost guilty now cutting down some of my golden fever few, but they'll be alright, there's plenty around. Loads of pollinators. Not that we need many, I need pollinators for my cucumber bits, and that's probably the only plant that needs them that I grow up here, the only vegetable anyway. Tomatoes and peas and beans and that, they're all pretty much self-pollinated as long as there's a bit of movement on the leaves and the petals. Anyway, let's get on with it. Well, I said I wasn't going to put too many of those squashes in, but I did. So I put them everywhere. Interplanted, whether you're supposed to or not, I don't know. Squashes and onions and courgettes. But yeah, they're all right in there. In there with some, they're the Rockin' Court dwarf beans. Two more types of dwarf beans in there with another squash. I'll do all the names another day. I can't remember them now. And a couple down here somewhere. There we are in the end pile by the wheelbarrow. That's it. I'll give the wild area a bit of a strimming, just to give the wildflowers a fighting chance. The grass was taken over. Climbing beans are doing okay. Runner beans, again, they're just not taking. The slugs get to them. Oh, and I'll put some more dwarf beans in there. But we'll do a proper walk round pretty soon. Gonna have to keep an eye on the broad beans as well. It's nearly black fly season, if you know what I mean. So once they get going, that's it, innit? Cool, right, let's get rid of the rubbish. Picked up loads of that golden fever few. That's gonna go on the compost pile, and I'm off home. Right, up the plot, got some sweet corn to put in. Now I've got 2 types of sweet corn, and I want to go through a bit of a gardening myth about sweet corn with you. A lot of gardeners, creators, channels, whatever, will tell you categorically you cannot plant one type of sweet corn next to any other type of sweet corn. Well, that's utter rubbish. There's 3 types of sweet corn. We're not talking flint corn, we're not talking popcorn or baby corns, just sweet corn. There are, now I've written these down because I always get them mixed up. There's hybrid sweets, and they've got the abbreviation SU. There's super sweets, and they are SH2. and there's sugar enhanced, which is the only one that makes sense because it's SE, sugar enhanced. You can mix hybrid sweets with sugar enhanced. So you can mix SU, you can mix SUs and SEs willy-nilly. Not mix them, but you can have them planted not too far apart from each other and they won't do anything. Now the one you've got to watch out for is the SH2s. Now I've got 2 SH2s. 2 or more SH2s can be grown near to each other, but they cannot be grown near to SEs or SUs because they will mutate. And when they mutate, you get cobs that are misshapen, you get kernels that are every colour under the sun and inedible. They're bitter, they're hard, they're horrible. You get missing, so don't even bother mixing SE or SU with SH2s, that's what I'm saying. Now the problem with this is, if I'm growing these and plot neighbour has got one of the other types, it could run into problems. Now the way around this is for you to plant early season ones. Now these 2 are both early season. They are Solstice and I always forget this one, the other one. Early bird. Early bird, how could you forget that one? Solstice and early bird. So these are very early. These are 68-day corn, so they're quite early, 10 weeks. The chances are, I mean, nobody else has got any corn in now, I can see, near me anyway. No, we're not growing, so I'm going to be before them anyway. And the other benefit for me is the prevailing wind tends to be this way. Tends to be, it's not always, as you know. So the chances are that my pollen will blow that way, and the majority of the plots are that way. So yeah, so another it's a bit of a gardening myth, you know. It's one of these ones that's a few words get changed this year, and a few words get changed in 4 or 5 years' time, and so on and so on. And suddenly it's like Lord of the Rings, you know. Myth, what's it? Reality becomes myth, and myth becomes legend, and legend becomes story. You know, it just goes on and on. So basically, you can do what you want with SH2s or SCs and SUs, but never the twain shall meet. Okay, guys, we'll only get on and plant them now, and I'll show you what I've done afterwards. Okay then, got 10 in there, so 3 by 3. 3 by 3 plus an extra one. Downwind. Bit close together, but they need that up here because it's so windy. And I don't mind picking smaller corns. And of course, they'll get a watering in a minute. And slug prevention methods, whatever. Here we are, and that's the early birds over there. And the reason that they're at the far end of the plot is because the sun is that way, up there. So they're not going to cast a shadow over anything. Oh, I've never seen that before. Bunch of jackdaws going manic over something. Well, I hope you enjoyed this mishmash, guys. Look after yourselves, take care, and I will see you on the next video.